Hi guys, today we're going to make a bread, and but before we get started, let me go in the other room and pull up my hair. Nothing worse than having hair in your food. And also, I'm going to wipe the counters down with some bleach water. Always like clean kitchen. No flies, clean kitchen. Okay guys, here we go. We're going to start with 1 cup of milk. And we're going to put it in the bread machine because we're going to have that mix it up for us. Then we're going to do 4 egg yolks. Just the yolks. So let's go ahead and, I got 3 ready. Let's go ahead and separate this one. Just want the yolks. So there we go. There's our 4 egg yolks. Three tablespoons of vanilla. Six tablespoons of butter. We're going to add all the liquid stuff first. Then we're going to add our yeast. I'm using the I'm using the regular one. Doesn't really matter if you use the active fast one or the regular yeast, but did you know that yeast lasts forever as long as you keep it in the freezer? So these are good. Add our yeast in there. Let's try to get it all. We are going to shut this. Plug it in. And let's mix it for just a second. Okay, now that we got it mixed, let's put in our flour. Got 4 cups of flour in there. A half a cup of sugar. And a pinch of salt. We're going to shut that back up and we're going to mix it until everything's mixed. Then we're going to take it all out of here. Okay, the bread machine is mixing it right now, and I want to tell you guys just a little funny story. So my mom went into the hospital to have my little sisters. I have twin sisters that are 10 years younger than me. So I was like 10, and I said that I would make dinner for my dad, myself, and my 5 siblings. Well, basically, all I knew how to make, or I thought I knew how to make, was macaroni and cheese. So I made the macaroni and cheese, and I'll tell you guys what, that stuff, oh my goodness, it stuck in your esophagus all the way down to your stomach. It was stuck on your ribs. That stuff was so bad. Well, needless to say that my dad said, okay everybody, throw that away and let's go to Burger King. Okay, so all I'm really using that thing is to mix it up. In a little bit, I'm going to take it out of there, and I'm going to put it in the pan and let it rise in the pan. But it's just mixing it up for us, you guys. So leave that for another minute, and then we'll take it out, make them into balls, and we're going to put them in a greased pan, by the way. All right, let's go ahead and spray the pan a little bit. Ooh, you don't have to spray it too much. Make sure you get the sides a little bit and the bottom so nothing sticks. Okay, let's take them out of the bread thing now. the bread machine. Okay, now we're gonna take it out of the bread machine and we're gonna put it in this bowl right here, and I am going to kind of flour it a little bit so it doesn't stick in there. Okay, not a lot, just enough that when I stick it in there it doesn't all stick to the bottom. Okay, I did wash my hands, by the way, you guys. We're gonna take all of this out of this pan. And we're putting it into this bowl. So it is a little sticky, but that's okay. Our goal is to just get it out of the pan right now. Okay, we got just about all of it out of there and have it all in the bowl. Okay, now is gonna be the messy part. Okay, I washed my hands already. So now I'm gonna kind of dip them in the flour, and I am gonna grab enough to make like a little ball. Roll them up really good. Put them in the pan. And I am gonna do the flour between each one of them because this stuff can get really sticky. Okay, if you guys feel like you need to wash your hands a couple times in between, that's fine. But keeping that flour on it will stop your hands from getting so full of the dough. So, just so you know, but make sure you dry them extremely well in between washing. So, then re-dip them in the flour. Okay, we're on the last one. We are going to try to scrape up all of this. It's going to be a small one, but here we go. Let's mix this last one up. Got to try to get it all. And yeah, it's a pretty small one, but don't want to waste it. Groceries are way too expensive to waste. But here we have our pan. We got 12 in there. Now we're going to cover them, and we're going to let them rise. Okay, now we're just going to cover them with a clean dish rag. We're just going to place it right over top of them, and we are going to do it lightly. Not shoving it down, just laying over top of it. And we're going to let it rise for a while. And we'll come back to look at that in just a minute. But now, the other story I told you I'd tell you later. So when I was about, I think 16, I wasn't living at my home anymore. I'd already moved out. So I decided that I was gonna make roast one night. And I had seen my mom do it a million times. We ate roast quite often. So I was like, I put the roast, I cooked it for probably 2, maybe 3 hours. And then I said, well, I'm gonna make some gravy because, you know, you gotta have gravy with roast, right? So I took some flour and I put it in a cup and I just mixed it with a little bit of water, and I poured it in there, mixed it all up, and I cooked it for, I don't know, another hour or so. The gravy it did get a little thick or whatever, got a little thick. And anyways, my friend that was with me decided he was gonna taste it, and when he did, he took a bite of it, and I guess the flour hadn't like really mixed up the way it should have. So every once in a while when you would say something, like poof, like a little thing of flour would come out of your mouth because it left little balls of flour all through my gravy like that. Needless to say, I was not a gravy maker at 16 years old. And the roast was as hard as shoe leather. So I've come a long way. Like I tell my daughter-in-law all the time, if you make something and it doesn't taste good, throw it away and start all over again. I a lot of times cook things without any recipes at all. Like I'll just make things up as I go along. But we're gonna come back and check this bread in a little bit and see how much it hits rose and stuff, and then we'll throw it in the oven. And we're going to cook that at 350 when we cook that. It's 2:30 right now. Well, 2:26. And I'll tell you what time we're going to cook that at, just so you kind of can know how long it takes to rise. Like I said, I use the fast yeast, so we'll see. Okay, the rolls are ready to go in. It is 4:25 right now, so that's how long it took them to rise. And we're going to put the oven at 350, and we're going to cook them until they're lightly brown on top. So I'll show you when they're done. Okay, and we're going to leave these about 20 minutes. We're going to be careful when we shut the door so that they don't fall, since they've already risen. And they're good to go. We'll check them in a few. They look about done to me. I'm going to take them out in just a minute. I'm going to mix a little bit of butter and honey and sprinkle the whole top, cover the whole top with it. Okay, I mixed a little bit of butter and honey, and I don't have one of those brushes, so I'm having to do it with a spoon, but I'm gonna just put a little bit on each one. And we'll have Don and Isaiah taste these first. I always tease them when he asks me if I want some. I always say I'm going to wait for them to try it. See if they die first. Huh. No, these are really, really good rolls, you guys. They almost taste like the ones that you get at Golden Corral. And there we go. Let's give them a taste try here in a minute. Okay, we're gonna ask Don, how did my rolls come out?
They were delicious.
Okay.
I'm gonna have another one.
Okay, so
or two.
All right, bye guys.